Alaskan smoked porter. And Alaskan Brewing Company is in Juneau, Alaska. They've been around since 1984. Um, and so what they do is they were brewing, normal craft beers, and they realized that they're right across the street from a smoker that smoked salmon for half the year. But half the year it just sat idle because there was nothing to do. And they're like, hey, can you smoke some of our grains with your older wood? So so now it's a yearly tradition. So every year they do vintage bottles of smoked porter, release it in November usually, and so they get some of their malt, their base malt, they smoke it with the alder wood, and then they brew a porter with it, and it's I consider it an American classic. It's been around for probably since
Again,
1990.
he's the beer nerd.
And it's a really great porter. It's a nice chocolatey, light roast, and then the smoked character is really subtle, and it plays really well with the porter flavors. It's just a really well balanced, wonderful beer. And so we're doing a vertical tasting today. I have 4 vintages from 2016 through 2019, and so I'm thinking we probably want to start like in chronological order.
So the 16 first?
Yeah. And so,
oh shit, those are big bottles.
Yeah, it comes in the, it's one of their special edition beers. So this is a 1 pint, so it's 22 ouncer, and 22 ounce bottles, a 6.5% alcohol by volume. And every year they've got the.
So by the time we
year.
get to Dave's beers, we're going to be hammered.
Yeah, we're going to be hammered.
All right, let's do it.
So
have you noticed he's not the only one that has to hold it out really far?
Well, that's part of being old.
I've got my
rage against the eyesight.
Yeah, rage against reading glasses. So yeah, so that's
16. Did you buy that in 2016 or 17?
This one I actually bought probably in 2017.
Yeah.
And it's just been sitting at your house?
Yeah, it's been in my fridge.
And it doesn't go bad?
No, it's meant to be aged.
You go first.
So they usually they'll do vertical tastings at the brewery with like stuff going back like 10, 20 years.
So when we get to Schoolie, we're making a trip to the Alaskan Brewing Company.
Yeah, in Juneau.
I got a free place for us to stay.
We stay at John Eric's mom's burnt down lodge.
You can stay at her 40 acres.
You got 10. All right, open that bitch up. Let's try it.
Make sure I got the right one. So 16.
I will have a sip.
17.
Do you have to leave?
No.
Then you're not having a sip. You're having a glass. Last time we filmed, we didn't finish like drinking till like 9:30.
Yeah, a sip is worthwhile on this. I just wish to stay away from the alcohol. That's all.
Like just a sip.
Well, I'll try it.
Just
Oh
try
yeah,
it.
I'll definitely
I
try
got you a
it.
little glass, so we can put a sip in that for you. So we're doing a vertical tasting today, and the point of the vertical tasting is sort of to see how the beer has changed as it's aged. So we've got, so this beer is 2016. It was brewed probably in August or September of that year, bottled and distributed starting in November. When I bought it, it had been on a shelf for a while. So, but yeah, so the whole idea of a vertical tasting is just same beer, different vintages. You just sort of go through and taste.
Oh yeah, that smells yummy.
This is the 16. I have some floaties. Oh, you do? Yeah, I do.
Oh,
What are floaties?
like sediment stuff in there.
Oh, inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Not surprising. I mean, until I bought it, it had probably been sitting in unknown conditions.
It's really good, but it's not like when we made that smoked beer, it was a lot smokier.
Yeah.
There's just a hint, like at the finish, there's a little bit of smoke.
It's very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking, so it must be good.
Yeah.
Dave,
That's good.
Yeah.
it's your review. It's good.
It's good. It's one of my favorite beers.
Yeah. It's one of mine too.
It's right at the very end.
Yeah, it just kicks at the end.
I get a little bit of smoke in the aroma too, but it's pretty subtle. I think part of that is because it's been aged. I think the
You think
2019.
the newer ones will be more?
Yeah, I think they'll be more noticeably smoky. But even fresh, this is not an extremely smoky beer.
What's the alcohol on it?
6.5.
It's not too high.
It's kind of plummy.
All right, so we'll give John Eric first dibs on the conversation point. So all of us have a
cold.
kid in college, or some of them going to college for the first time. John Eric's got a junior, and Colin has a
The junior
just
and a
left.
freshman. My oldest daughter is starting nursing school this year too.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Dave is sending his youngest off for the first time,
Okay. Yep.
and
Wednesday.
Steven has one who's been and one who's going,
Yeah.
and I have one who has never left college. Just they never came home. So today's question is, what are the difficulties? What stresses you about having a kid, getting a kid to college, or having a kid in college?
Pass me the phone.
You got to save it.
Oh, he's almost out.
Holy shit!
Anybody want a little more? There's a little bit
Kill
left.
it.
So Emer has a pretty solid head on her shoulders, but my fear is that they're kind of out of the house for the first time, and it's like really the first time they have the opportunity to make life-altering bad decisions. And that's my biggest fear is they're going to do something really stupid.
Like
That will be
what?
Life.
Like making you a grandfather, or like getting arrested.
Getting arrested. Irresponsible behavior with drugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, a life-altering decision.
Yeah, my daughter's taken a gap year and she's going to travel. So my whole thing is fear of her naivety.
Yeah.
Or basically not understanding, like, how other people can take advantage of you.
Yeah, but she's going to be in Germany eating donors.
Yeah, that is true.
I should.
It's more of the
Can I take a
Thailand.
gap year?
Yeah.
I'm going to take a gap week in Leesburg and just eat
I was
donors
just
all
saying,
week.
can we shoot an episode while eating donors? Donor box.
I can get a donor box in my mouth. That thing is so good.
How many people do you think know what a donor is?
I mean, donor sounds like it might be innuendo.
So explain it.
I think maybe you should explain what it is.
So donor is like a German Greek sandwich mesh. It's gyro meat, and they make it in a sandwich with like a panini bread and like a German coleslaw and a tzatziki sauce on it. But our local donor does a donor box where they just put all of the sandwich stuff on top of a bunch of French fries, and it's fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
Especially with one of their beers.
Yes.
It's about a week's worth of calories. But
yep.
Yes. Well, none of us look like we've been counting calories.
I count them.
I just don't worry about how high they get.
Woo! High score.
It's like my golf score.
Winner.
So Dave, you're in a unique situation then, because you're sending one off for the first time. Well, I guess not. Well, Steven's already been through it. Well, you've kind of been through it
I've
too.
kind of been through it. I'm not worried, I guess. I really, I hear, yeah, I don't want all that stuff to happen, but I figure we put all this work in when they were young. And at this point, they don't really listen to it anyway.
Well,
I figure you have until they're 14 to give them decision-making abilities, and then after that, they're kind of
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you're there to pick them up when they do make.
but
those.
his is like his head is on straight, and like
I have an attorney on retainer.
I worked. If his kid were my kid, I wouldn't be worried either. But
No,
with my
well-
kid, I'm constantly worried.
With my kids, I have an attorney on retainer.
No, with my kid, I think I'm actually a little more worried about us when he's gone.
Yeah, that's
Than,
you're
him
not wrong
being
on that
away,
one.
right? So he's still the sensible one when he and I are together.
Yeah, I'm worried about the kids leaving the house and my wife going, oh, now I get to pay attention to work on you.
You know what though? But like Dawn said that it was really good for them becoming empty nesters. Like
Yeah.
you kind of you focus for the last 18 years or 20 some years, depending on how many you got, on these kids that when they're gone, you get to go back to being like when you were in your 20s.
Really?
Yes, except
He's like, I want to have so much sex.
Just drinking beer and bullshitting with my friends.
talking lies about sex.
All right, are we ready for the 17?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
How's the meat look?
I need to cleanse my palate.
I have 2 Nalgene bottles I brought.
Okay. May I have a little palate cleanser? Is it COVID safe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we both spit on the rim, so.
Okay.
You might have to watch out because I did rub the lip with my balls.
Okay.
All right,
on
so
the
we
rim.
got 2017 smoked porter, gold medal winner.
Of what?
Something.
I win a gold medal every day.
Yeah.
Gold medal.
Search teacher gave it a gold star.
Probably the AHA or.
But wait, it just says gold medal winner. It doesn't
Yeah.
actually tell you.
No.
Well, that's bullshit.
It's probably
Juneau,
the
Alaska
gold medal winner.
block.
Yeah.
Could
Best beer in Juneau.
It's probably the one they do out in Colorado. What is it?
Great American.
Yeah, Great American Beer Fest.
I'm gonna check the camera real quick, make sure it hasn't died.
I'm gonna check audio, make sure it hasn't died.
So the specs on this one are the same: 22-ounce serving, 6.5% volume.
It's the same label though, right?
Yeah, this one has the same as. Some of them are different. They'll have different moose on them.
How do you know they're different?
Oh, different meat?
Yeah, different mooses, but this one is the same as the 2016.
Moosin'.
Let me see that after you get some, Dave.
I think 2019 is different.
Do we have to drink the entire bottle of each one because
Yes.
we're gonna be hammered? We've been drinking the Margarita Ghost from Cigar today.
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
Margarita? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, Cigar City?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do good beers, man.
Yeah, they do. Everything they do is good.
We've been priming our palates with the Margarita Goza and the
big
Hoppy
up there?
Place
No,
from
I
Old
don't.
Ox.
Okay. Yeah.
We might have to push the biggest, blackest until next week.
Yeah, I think we might have to. I think we have adequate quantities of beer.
This could be my weekly
No floaties on this one.
No floaties.
actual drinking.
Oh, that's right. You're supposed to be on the wagon.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Fuck, we are terrible people. Like, hey, we know you quit drinking. Come hang out with us for our YouTube video.
You want to do a beer tasting video?
It's all right. My liver enzymes are normal right now.
Totally going to hell.
We could do
And
it.
Your wife is gonna murder me.
No, she won't.
We could do an NA tasting as well. 'Cause
Yeah, that's all right.
it is.
Seltzers?
We could just punch
No,
ourselves in
there's
the dick
actually
too.
there's actually a lot of. Hey, watch it now.
Brewing a tasty NA beer is very difficult.
It is.
This from the guy who had us drink White Claw last week.
Yeah. I will never forgive you for that.
It was so bad.
It was bad. Yeah.
Right,
So this one has more smoke in the aroma.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's got a buttier finish too.
Probably has. Yeah. I think that last one may have had a questionable storage history.
Oh yeah, that's a lot smokier at the end.
Yep, much smokier.
I like this one more. The 17 I like a lot more.
Not as plummy either. I think the other one would probably oxidize a little bit.
This
Yeah.
one's more like a porter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has got a little bit more of a.
Yeah, the last one. Now that after I've had this one, the last one was on what I thought was smooth was maybe a bit flat. You know what I mean? Kind of like tone wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit more bitter in the finish. I think
This is my dog literally just sleeping in the middle.
Yep.
chill.
I wonder if he's actually on camera. I don't think it's picking him up. Let me see. Oh, no. His sleep is 100% on camera. You're a good
Star.
boy. You're the baby. Oh, yeah, you're the baby. Go to sleep.
He wants his dog.
All right, so this one goes above, in my book, better
Yeah.
than the 16.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
believe
I
so.
would agree as well.
He took a while to adjust to the doggles.
Yeah, but he did.
Yeah.
He wasn't pulling them off.
Bentley was not fucking having the doggles. So
So you have to explain to me what.
So Mr. Dave has doggles for Henry. They're goggles for dogs. So I take a dog each day to work with me. And so Flint, as soon as I got below 55, head out the window, sniffing and everything, but I drive a lot on the highway for work, so he wasn't enjoying that part of the ride. So Mr. Dave has goggles, which are dog goggles, that they wear to keep their eyes from water.
They're awesome.
So, so the other day I put him on Flint, and he was kind of like, okay, okay, okay. Then he kind of freaked out, and then we got on the highway, and he stuck his head out the window. He was like, fucking ain't right. And so 75 miles per hour down Route 70, he's just like, yeah, ears flapping. But he was happy as shit.
Oh yeah.
So I posted a picture on our Instagram of him in the doggles.
That's awesome.
Not sticking his head out the window, obviously, because I'm driving, and that would be pretty fucking hard to get.
Here, you get a selfie stick.
Out the window.
While I'm doing 75.
I'm sure that's OSHA compliant.
Yeah, no problems here.
All right, so Steven, you have
Yes, sir.
a rising sophomore and a freshman, right?
Yes.
And you rented them an apartment to live together at school.
Yeah, so last year was the first year that I ever uh, dropped off one of my kids for more than like a week, and it was a bit of a shock. I figured I would be, I would feel a little emotional doing the drop off, but I did not. I was not.
But you were like, get the fuck out.
No, no, no. I was not prepared for the effect it had on me. The whole time I'm driving home, it's just I felt like, oh my God, I'm abandoning him. He's gonna be all alone. What if?
And he was like, wee!
What if
I had a different reaction when I dropped my kid off.
What if his roommate's an asshole? What is he? And it was really kind of a panic moment. And then I kind of got a hold of myself. I'm like, okay, got a good head on his shoulders. I never really had any concerns about making
Bad decisions.
questionable decisions. Yeah, he's got a really good head on him.
I don't know. I've seen him around the moonshine.
That's true. But
this is the one.
No, there's another one who drank moonshine.
Yeah.
Got ya.
Both the boys are pretty deep
So-
in moonshine.
So yeah, it was
White
weird,
lightning?
and it was weird not having him home. It just felt like our family was broken for a while.
Right.
Then you get used to it, because I've always been my whole philosophy on parenting is that this is you raise them so that you can
So that you can walk around your house naked again at some point.
yeah.
Wait,
But the whole
you're not
point is for them
supposed
to
to do
go out the door, and send them off so they can live their own life. And it was, something I've been looking forward to, and I feel like it's a sense of accomplishment. But I wasn't really prepared for all the flood of emotions.
Don't worry, they come back.
Yeah, they do. And so now that they've been here, that I've been living with both of them for 5 months, I'm looking. When I look forward, I don't think this one is going to be quite as emotional.
Because you've already been through it.
I've already been through it once, and also.
And you don't like this one as much?
No, but
Edit!
they've got their own apartment. They're all set up. They're in a stable situation, and they're together.
Did
they
you
get along with each
did
other?
you explain
yeah,
to them
yeah,
the economics of hookers and blow?
No, because I don't understand the economics of hookers and blow either. I probably need to get Ruben in here to talk to them about that.
Just don't
But,
come home with glitter on.
But I think it's gonna be weird because once they're gone, it's just gonna be me, Shannon, and
Sounds like
and
a
Freya.
hard lesson.
So
Yeah.
They totally just stepped all over you assholes. I got you. It is going to be weird.
it's gonna be weird because so we're gonna be a 3-person household, which is gonna be really weird. But I feel good about it. I think they're even because so much is uncertain right now because of COVID-19 and. But they're in a stable situation. They got an apartment. They're living together. They've got a roommate who's a really good guy. So it feels stable. Feels like a good situation. So I'm anticipating
That one's so much better.
it'll be a much better, much less emotional transition.
Right.
It'll still be weird.
Yeah. Even if Felix doesn't go to college, I want to move him into an apartment with them.
Yeah.
And he could just be that one roommate that doesn't go to
Well,
college.
I think their roommate is the reason he's rooming with them is because after they shut down for COVID, Virginia Tech required everybody to re-sign their housing agreements. So he had on-campus housing, but he didn't re-sign the agreement. So then he lost his spot. So it's possible that at some point he's going to move to on campus, depending on how things go.
Does the corn need to be rotated?
So there may be a bed
I'll do it.
available.
You drink.
Maybe it doesn't matter. Felix can just do high school
I'll
down
do it.
in
I'll do it. You finish your
Blacksburg.
beer.
Yeah.
Now, see, for me, my youngest already goes away for school. So from that perspective, my wife and I just spent the first.
Well, you really want to get into it. Why does your youngest go away to school, Colin?
Because he's an asshole. I love him to death, but he is. He is, but the school has done tremendous things for him. But yeah, I mean, we became early empty nesters because both my daughter and him ended up going away for school, military school.
Oh.
Now you know why I have an attorney on retainer.
Holy fuck, that fire's hot.
Oh yeah.
That's why it's called fire.
Fire burn. Fire burn. Hot.
Fire
It's been
hot.
burning since lunch.
Hey, asshole. Leave that goat alone.
So in between tastings, I'm drinking my non-alcoholic beer.
Oh, it's perfectly
Sorry, my
clean.
dogs are fucking with John Eric's goats.
Like one of the
You want to see the goats? Look at these fucking goats.
beers out there. We have it up at 18.
Oh!
Yeah.
There's one in a box and one just doing whatever the fuck goats do.
Yep.
Really,
To be honest with you, if you go to Total Wine, they almost have a whole aisle dedicated to craft non-alcoholic beers.
Really?
Yeah, and there's actually some really good ones. I had a coffee porter, which if I had known this was I probably would have brought a couple.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we
Well,
could've
dude,
done-
we have plenty of beer for today. We need beer for next weekend, too.
yeah.
Yeah.
We can.
Well, you're gone next week.
We're visiting on Saturday or
Where you guys
Friday.
going?
What's that?
Where you at?
Down to Blacksburg for tax.
And you drop Pete off Wednesday, so you'll be back.
Last time I was in Blacksburg, we were visiting we were on our way to go to a facility south of Blacksburg, and we were at Sharky's that one night. It's a bar at Virginia Tech.
I think that's fun. I think we visited Sharky's.
Yeah, it's like a pool hall kind of like bar area, and we're like the middle-aged men in the corner, and like it's like we went with his son, and his son was going there, and it's like all these co-eds and everything else. We were like the three middle-aged.
You were the
guys.
Hey, look at these perverts.
Why are they wearing cargo shorts?
Bentley! Come here, Bentley.
You always feel younger than people actually think you are.
Oh my God. Between him and the bumpers, fuck me running. That's a quality movie.
It is a quality. It's my favorite. A Christmas with a
Christmas
Story.
Oh, you'll shoot your eye out,
The
kid.
bumpus is out.
One of my favorite lines.
Fuck. Bentley! That fucking goat's been here all day. Come on.
Do the dogs get to go with the kids to college?
Are we ready for 2018?
I think so.
Oh, those look horrible.
Oh. John Eric's doing a little rib sampling. Asshole. They're done. They're done.
Oh, you got Dave out of the
But, can I have one, please? It's not the first time Dave's put John Eric's meat in his mouth.
Or else it gets the hose again.
Who the fuck's coming down the driveway now? Oh, that's probably my wife. Oh shit. Party's over,
That's
boys.
my son coming to get his truck.
His truck, yeah. How are they? How are they, Mr. Dave?
They're great.
Enthusiastic review by Mr. Dave. They're great.
That is a high praise.
They're better than a sharp stick in the dick.
That actually might be my son. Yep.
Okay.
That's my wicked.
Hey, piss off. Move.
This is the 2018.
All right, so 2018 smoked porter, limited edition. We got a different moose on this
Oh
one.
yeah, got big moose.
Just a big move.
Big moose, big ass moose, just one.
Bam.
All right, so 2018 going in.
If it's big enough, you only need one.
We're just making the case that as we age, we don't age.
apparently as you get age, you sort of get chunky and
You
lose
just
flavor.
become a fat 16-year-old. Fat,
Yes.
hairy 16-year-old.
I think that is the case.
Stop, you're turning me on.
Well, Steven will be on an FBI watch list.
Hey, it's legal in most southern states. This was a little less smoky.
Yeah,
I
This
think.
doesn't have much
less
aroma.
smoky on the 18.
Yeah, I don't get a lot of smoke aroma after this.
That's wild.
It's there, but not a lot.
Yeah, the taste is good, but not a lot of aroma.
Ooh, and it's maltier too.
It's not as smoky though. It's malty, but it's not as smoky as the 17.
Yeah, the 17 had detectable smoke in the aroma, and then the finish was kind of bitter. I think from the dark malt and like a little bit from hops. This one is just really sweet.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think I like this one better than the 17.
Oh, really?
I mean, personal opinion.
Yeah, that's why we do this.
You're allowed to be wrong.
That's
No, I think
news to me.
no, I think you're right. This one is a little bit out of balance. It's a little too sweet. Oh, you're saying you like this one better.
Okay.
Yes, that's what it was.
Apparently, I disagree with you. I apologize.
You know why?
I don't like
Because he
conflict.
doesn't have a beard.
I'm working on it.
You're working on it.
I've got some time to go.
I think that would pass.
That's Chauncey an hour after he shaves,
I know.
pretty much.
This is what, like 3 days growth?
I think since we're almost, what the fuck are you doing? Since we're almost through August, I'm just gonna go all winter without trimming the bottom half. I'll see how long it gets.
Easy
I've
top.
decided that I'm just going to, if I don't have to shave for the fire station,
Right. It gets to a certain
I know
length
that
where
I've
like the
people mad.
weight of it begins
Yeah,
to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it uncomfortable, and I've never
you got to shave so you get a good clean
Yeah.
seal
for your respirator.
with your respirator. But if
We,
I don't
uh,
have to,
We had a big
Let it go.
hullabaloo in the body shop about that back in the day.
My children.
One of the guys had a full beard, and the company like cracked down on like OSHA regulations, and one of them was that when you were in the paint booth, you had to have that clean seal.
yeah.
So he literally shaved his mustache, shaved a line through here, shaved a line through here, and put his face mask on the shaved point, and then kept the rest of it. He
New
looked
one.
fucking retarded.
This is the 2018.
But it was like, just to prove a point, I don't look like an idiot. I don't care.
Actually, this one's getting a little.
Is it getting better?
It is getting better.
Is it growing on you as the
Yeah, it's
alcohol is
getting-
in your head?
I was saying, is it getting better or are you getting better? This is nowhere near as good as the 17.
Yeah, 17.
I mean, it's not half as good as the 17. It's bitter.
It's really creamy though. It has a much creamier texture. Might be carbonation.
What the fuck is that dog doing?
And I am getting
Definitely
some bitterness.
different.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, it
so-
is different. It's interesting.
So I have a rising junior in college who came home for exactly 4 days all summer. And didn't come home in the spring with the COVID, just stayed down there.
What's her name?
His name. But he's living off campus.
No, I meant the girl that's keeping him down there.
No, he just got a new girl that he started dating.
Ah.
And then he called me, and he said, "Oh yeah, that girl, she just left." And I'm like, "Oh, you had a second date?" He's like, "Wouldn't call it a date, but she came over." I was like, "I got you, boy. I hear you, loud and clear." So obviously, what concerns me is that
Being called granddad?
that poor
Yeah.
decision making and the power of the regime
I am
combined.
I am sending
Like-
a box of rubbers down to Blacksburg.
Oh my, yeah.
boys.
Yeah, Maris,
Yeah.
like when he first went to college, it was like literally like a box bigger than that full of rubbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
My-
you know, you're
Amazon box of rubbers.
you're drinking, you're 20, you're 21.
Family pack.
You know, you get in the heat of the
The
moment, you
anti-family.
might not make the best decision. It scares the ever-living shit out of me.
Yeah. When I was 17, my father may have caught me in bed with a lady.
Oh
A
no.
lady of the night?
A vampire?
I didn't know. Lady.
I didn't know they liked fucking vampires.
And the next day, we were just out running errands, and we pulled into a pharmacy. And he's like, "Wait, And he went inside and came back out with a jumbo box of condoms. And his birds and the bees talk with me was, here's a giant box of condoms. And all he said was, cover your dick.
And you totally didn't listen.
I totally didn't listen.
Because how old were you when you had your first kid?
I was 19.
You're my cautionary tale for my kid. You know John Eric's oldest? You want to end up like that?
Cover your dick.
Cover your dick.
Put a Jimmy on it.
Put Jimmy on it. Where's my Jimmy hat?
Where did that ever come from? Like, who?
I have no
Jimmy,
idea.
Jimmy hat?
I think it's British.
Yeah, I think it is British.
Jimmy.
They say weird shit.
They do
They-
say
Like,
weird.
oh,
Yeah.
let me have a fag.
Okay.
Hey,
Like,
my normal golf partner is British, and he has the best swearing ever.
so
And
ask
all
him.
he does is
Ask
swear
him-
at me, and I
Ask
love
him
it.
what he thinks of biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy are awesome.
He'll probably call me a cunt,
Yes, but so
cunt or a twat.
we had some British friends who came to visit, and we went out to breakfast, and I ordered biscuits and gravy, and they were appalled because one, biscuits are cookies there,
Oh,
and all their gravy is like runny yellow gravy.
Yes. The British are not known for, let's say,
Cuisine.
their cuisine.
They got
It's like
fish
throw a
and,
piece of lamb on the coals.
they got
and then
fish.
a
They got
potato.
fish and chips.
It's one step above, you
Yeah.
know. And,
that's the only thing they do
boiled
well.
plain vegetables and plain
Yeah.
boiled meat.
Boiled meat. Ugh, who the fuck boils meat?
Get some blood sausage and baked beans.
Blood sausage is pretty good. Bangers and mash is pretty good.
Bangers and mash.
But that's
Irish
not
style.
British, so
yeah.
But bangers and mash are
Irish.
fucking
That's Irish.
phenomenal.
bangers and mash pretty good.
Do the
Then you
Irish
got-
are the
then you
Irish
got good
known
old
for their
Wales.
food?
Not really
They're known
either.
for bangers and mash. And
Pretty
Guinness.
much nothing.
Bangers and mash and car bombs. Yay!
Shepherd's pie.
Don't forget
Carbo.
Guinness.
Yeah, Guinness.
And
This is
Gaelic
fine.
football.
You're
You've
sleeping
ever
on
watched
football.
Oh, dude, Raj has left wrong.
What's that?
It's so Lef is a Belgian beer.
Oh,
And
yeah.
normally in America you can only get the blonde,
Yeah.
but he has their brown.
Random Thoughts by Chauncey
It's
Cobb.
so fucking good. I have to get
Is
a
it
6-pack for
sour?
us. No, no.
Okay.
It's just a brown ale.
Okay.
But so there's the car bomb. And have you heard of the Irish hand grenade?
It's Jameson's.
So it's a pint glass with Guinness, and you have some Irish cream, and then you have some Irish whiskey with two shots that are side by side. And you pull one of them, and you do the shot of whiskey, and the Irish cream falls in, and then you drink the pint with Irish cream in it. And it is
Sounds like a night of vomiting.
Yeah.
it is a fat yes, it's definitely the fast lane.
I don't
That-
feel
oh,
like I'm
that's it.
savoring this at all.
So for when they come out of college, one of the things you have to be careful for is when your son goes, "Hey, let's go out and have some drinks," because when you like go out with them, you're like, "Oh, I can keep up with him." Blah blah blah. After he's done 3
Yeah.
years of college, and then the next thing you know, you're on the floor for the next 4 days.
Yeah.
I don't know, when I was in college, I think my father had definitely a higher tolerance than even I had.
Well, we saw firsthand on the canoe trip what Jacob and Derek can do.
Yeah.
They showed up Thursday already hammered,
Yes.
proceeded to drink, and before we even ate breakfast every day, they were already down 2 or 3 beers.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, beers.
Yeah, they were Natty Lights. No, they were Bush Lights.
Bush Light.
Bush Light.
But they drank.
The college beer of champions.
I would not be able to get drunk on Bush Light.
I bought 2 60 packs.
Drinking water.
Body mass.
But here's what you got to remember. I bought 2 30 packs of Bush Light,
Yeah.
and we started Thursday afternoon, and by Friday after dinner they were gone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
So that they were out of beer.
Well, no, they started drinking the good beer
Oh.
because I also bought several cases of good beer.
So next year, 4 cases
Yeah.
of Bush Light.
Well, and that's what Jacob said. He's like, I was like, I'm getting 2 cases. He's like, you better get 4.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we have 586 beers. I think we'll be
The
okay.
canoe is like there's like that much water.
That much freeboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just trying to take a stroke with the paddle was enough motion to offset the CG so that water would start coming into canoes.
I think we hit the sweet spot.
This year was perfect.
This year was pretty, yeah.
Previous years I would always bring a cooler full of like just leftover beers, somehow I ended up with all the leftover beers.
John Eric ends up with all the leftover turkey breast.
Yeah, and I have a can of Busch Light that is still in my fridge because I refuse to drink it.
I'm telling you though, you guys do not know how good you have it because you weren't there the years where the food budget was also the beer budget.
Yeah,
And so you pay $40 now and you eat like a fucking king. Well, it would be $35 and that would include your food and your beer. And so Cullen and I would literally buy beer on cheapest per ounce. So like one year we just bought hundreds and hundreds of Steel Reserve high gravity lager.
Oh, wow.
And one year we just bought jugs and jugs
That-
and jugs of Mississippi mud.
so that Steel Reserve just attacks your meat plug.
Oh my
You
god,
probably
it's
had
Steel
diarrhea-
Reserve.
You
Steel
had
Reserve.
diarrhea all weekend.
Well,
It's
I have
so
an idea
terrible.
for you. So I take about 20 deer a year. One of the things that we could potentially do is, have you ever seen how the Argentinians smoke a whole deer?
No, but I'm intrigued.
So what they do is they put a post in there, and then they have 2 posts that come down like this over the side, and you butterfly the deer, and you have it fully skinned and everything. You just lay it over the smoke. You just let it smoke for like 8 hours.
Nice.
And cook it, legs, everything, and all. You let it sit there, and you just smoke it, and you inject it with food or
Like brine or something.
yeah, you inject it with a brine and that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Don't they also eat tripe?
the Argentinians, if it's meat, they will eat it.
What do you got against tripe?
Tripe is fucking disgusting.
So is haggis, but people still eat it.
I went. I was on. I was in Dallas on a work trip one time, and I was known for my eating prowess. And one of the guys, the project manager thought he was playing a joke on me. So he's like, "Here, I'm going to order you a bowl of menudo. We're at a Mexican restaurant."
Wait, a bowl of the band menudo?
That's what I thought, but no. It turns out it's
Anything goes in Mexico.
it's tripe soup, and I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucking good, man. Thanks. I didn't have to pay for it, and he's eating. He's like, you know what that is? I'm like, nope. He's like, it's tripe. I'm like, okay, it tastes good. What do I care?
It's so gross.
You're missing out, Chauncey.
What?
You're missing out.
No, I've had it. I'm not missing it.
All right.
All right, are we on to the 19?
Yep. So here we go.
Okay.
Finishing up. Vertical
Give us the
tasting.
rundown. The stats.
All right.
How many
2019
moose are on
limited
this one?
edition smoked porter. Just this label has a single moose on it, and it looks like he's like making a noise.
Is he as big as the
He's
20?
bugling.
Yeah, bugling. Is that what mooses do?
They bugle, yes.
He's bugling. The 2018
Typically
moose
before
was
they
just
get
walking
shot.
down a hill, and this one is actually
This moose
bugling.
was just fucking around.
And then the 2017 and 2016 just have like a herd of mooses just walking downhill.
Meese.
Meese.
Moosin.
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 All right, so we got 2019, 6.5% alcohol by volume, brewed in the last frontier, and they actually have
It was brewed in space?
yeah. No, Alaska, dumb fuck.
I thought space was the last frontier.
No, Alaska.
No, that's the final frontier.
Final.
Fuck, my frontiers are all fucked up.
You gotta get schooled on your frontiers.
I
before
do not.
you go.
I do not want to explore
All right.
your frontier.
So we got the 2019 going.
No,
What about my back tier?
definitely not your back tier.
Have you shaved your back tier lately?
No, but I had
for a
bleach.
wax back too.
Look, we spent a large portion of last episode talking about front to back. Let's not talk about
Front to
shaving
back.
fronts.
Front to back or back to front.
It's a nice head. Look at that.
Oh.
That looks
You don't get to say that very often, do you?
That's a nice head. It is stout.
Look at that.
Strong.
So it's got it got a like 3-finger thick, pillowy head.
3-finger deep.
How many knuckles?
Oh, hashtag 3 fingers thick.
3 fingers at 6 knuckles. But look at the head. Look at it. It's not dissipating. It's
It
a
is
very
impressive.
thick.
That was
Pillowy
3
head.
fingers deep. Well, getting a nice head.
I don't think this is a moose.
Is it an elk?
I think it's an elk.
Let me see. No, that's a miss.
What do I know?
Well,
It's got fucking antlers on it.
your dog is aggressively exploring itself over
No,
here.
that is
I'm
an
kind of
elk.
uncomfortable.
That is a bull owl.
Is he just licking his
It's a
junk?
bull owl.
Yep.
That's what he do. That's what dogs do.
But he was biting.
Yeah, sometimes he likes it a little rough.
So So I think this one
This
has
is
a lot.
another gold medal beer. We just
Yeah.
don't know which gold medal
Right.
it was.
They get the gold.
Pretty sure it's Great American Beer Fest.
They define the style, so they, by definition, they're gold medal.
I think they do actually win awards.
I would agree. This is my favorite.
So I like this one better than the last one, but what I found is like every one that I'm having, I like better than the one before.
Really? Okay.
But that also is a characteristic of just my general drinking style.
Yes. This beer tasted like another.
Right.
I like this one better.
In 3
than
hours, he's gonna be
2018,
drinking
but not
Coors
better
Light.
than
This is my
2017.
favorite.
To me, the 2017 is still the best.
Yeah, I
I
would
think
agree
this
with
one
you
has a
on that.
lot more smoke in the aroma.
It's definitely got a
Yeah.
lot more smoke than the 17.
It has more
Or 18.
carbonation as well.
This is 19,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, this one's pretty good.
Yeah, this one and 17 are good, but I think the 17 I give them that nudge to.
But yeah, nice thick head. There's lacing on the glass.
Yeah. I see the lacing too.
There's just something to be said about
That was
thick head.
there before you.
Yeah, it's definitely lacy.
He's just giving you his lazy glasses.
This is the ultimate beer glass. So
Oh.
the Samuel Adams super duper beer nerd glass.
This
Yes.
is the
Been-
Homer,
and-
the Homer of beer glasses.
It's been engineered like to accentuate beer flavor and head retention. Like the whole, everything
I've been
about it.
engineered to retain head retention.
And we're all failing miserably.
It's called two hands. Ha ha! I can't get away now.
Now we're talking about beer. You guys
I
are
thought we were
gross.
talking about head retention.
You guys are gross.
But not wrong.
Oh, you know what I did not do? I did not 180 the corn.
Yeah, we need to rotate.
I didn't do the flip.
Yeah.
I did the rotate, but not the
You
flip.
need to flip now.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the 2017 was solid. This one has
It's heavier. It's much heavier.
yeah.
Mr. Dave has yet another beer for us.
I do, but I'm not sure how it's going to follow.
I'm excited to try it. It's a sour, right? Oh. It's a peach what? IPA? Interesting.
I like peach beers when they come out. It's a really great
Oh,
flavor
here's
when
a-
they manage to capture it.
Down in South Carolina, there's a brewery down there that makes a really good peach IPA.
Where's that?
Just outside of it's in Beaufort,
Okay.
South Carolina.
Beaufort.
You weren't kidding. That is very hot fire.
Told you.
So
That's why we sent the fireman in.
Like, hey, it's August. Let's start a fire.
It for August is really nice outside right now.
It is. It is. It was a perfect day to sit around and drink beer and smoke ribs.
however, it was so fucking humid. It was a terrible day to to try and work on your water pump.
Remember we agreed not to talk about the weather when Stephen got here.
I was sweating on my glasses all day, just
Yeah.
continuous.
I thought you had your contacts in.
I put my contacts in to come here because I've been sweating on my glasses all day.
The
I can't
extent-
work on a car with my contacts in because I can't see.
Why don't you make Shannon work on the car?
Because Shannon would say, "Hey, shop, we need." Like, oh.
The extent of our
even-
physical activity was walking back and forth from the smoker this morning.
Yeah.
So
So you bought the max warranty on your GTI?
Of course, yeah.
You'll get that money back quick.
Well, we were doing the math, so I got the second, like the $100
Did you get the
deductible
diesel
one because I
version?
figured the price difference between the $0 deductible and the $100 deductible was 10 visits, and if I get 10 visits,
Yeah.
that's.
But you got
You
the
get like-
most mileage and the most months.
Yeah, 5 years or 125,000.
I never buy the warranty.
wow.
I do at CarMax. I learned that lesson the hard way with my Volvo.
I bought the Toyota warranty and
I get the
they
gap
fucked me
insurance,
over
too.
pretty hard, and so they've kind of burned me on warranties.
Jerry's did the same thing with
With a new car, I'm kind of like that. But like CarMax, fuck it, buy it because it's not expensive. What was it on
Yeah,
the GTI? Like $1,500?
It was 2,500, but still.
Well, that's because
Yeah.
it's Volkswagen.
And
But still, one thing goes wrong on that Volkswagen, and it's paid for itself.
Right.
You know?
so my old neighbor in Luckett's, he started a warranty company, out of Lovettsville.
Yeah, store's right down there.
And when he sold his company, he walked away with $4 billion. So that sort of tells you about
We're sitting around drinking.
Well, yeah.
$4 billion.
The aftermarket warranty industry is a complete and utter scam.
Yeah.
But the nice thing of what Steven's got is CarMax is in bed with their warranty company.
Yeah.
So they have a direct relationship with them.
Yeah.
So if Steven really has any problem, and the fact that he can take his car back to CarMax,
Yeah.
they're gonna fix it. And he's bought like 5 cars from them, so they're not gonna be like,
7.
yeah,
Seven.
they're not gonna be
Steven
like,
is a CarMax whore.
yeah, they're not gonna be like, fuck you, Steven, we're not fixing your car,
CarMax is
because they know he's gonna buy 7 more in the next 20 years.
Yeah, CarMax is the way car buying should be. I go on their website, I find the car I want, I tell them to send it to Dulles or Frederick, wherever I'm buying the car. I show up, I sign the papers, and now I've got 5 years. Anything's broken, I take it to CarMax and they fix it.
Yeah. And
Now, don't get me wrong. It totally depends on what CarMax you go to.
It does.
If you go to Dulles, it's going to take 3 months for them to fix your fucking car. But if you go
True
to
story.
yeah, but if you go to
It took them a week just to order a fucking shade.
but if you go to
sunshade.
if you go to Frederick, which is much better run, you're going to get much better service.
Yeah.
Which is the great thing, because he may have bought it at Dulles, but he could take it right up to Frederick.
I'm confused.
Although their service went down when you left.
Well, of course,
You were.
because I didn't tolerate any shit.
So why were you working on the car today?
So I did. I stupidly did a water pump job on my Sienna minivan.
While it was still covered by the CarMax warranty.
Yeah, I looked
fucktard.
at the wrong paperwork, and I thought it wasn't under warranty anymore. So I replaced the water pump on the Sienna in February of 2018. When I was rotating the tires last weekend, I saw that 2 of the bolts on the water pump were leaking. So I had to take half the engine apart to gain access to the bolts to retorque them to the proper specs.
Because the reason they were leaking was because he did not torque them to the proper
So
specs.
the video I found said torque them to 69 inch-pounds. Turns out that there's actually 2 different kinds of bolts.
That is the proper torque.
One is the 12 millimeter bolts are supposed to be torqued to 15 foot-pounds, and the 10 millimeter bolts are supposed to be torqued to 80 inch-pounds.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Inch
And,
pounds, foot pounds.
And
Yeah.
so I just torqued them to.
I turned wrenches for 4 years.
And I was
don't work on my
scared of
cars
when I
anymore.
did the first water pump job. It was like a 3-day
I don't
affair.
need the scars on
I
my
was-
hands.
I still have
it's just
PTSD
more
from
hassle.
it.
So
that's
why
why.
did you do that in the first place?
Because the water pump was making a noise.
Oh, you looked at the wrong paperwork.
Because
Okay.
he's a tightwad.
Yeah, no, I remember
he's a
you looked at the wrong
squeaker.
paperwork.
A water pump job on that Sienna is like an $800 job.
Where do you take your car?
Yeah, no, that Sienna's
Well,
a bitch.
No,
Is it
seriously.
really?
You pretty much
Transverse
have to
motor
take the
right
car
up against-
apart
If
entirely.
you open up the Toyota shop manual, step 1 of replacing the water pump is remove engine and put on stand.
Whoa.
Yeah, they remove the engine, put it on a stand.
Nobody
and they do-
does that.
No, they don't. But they still charge
Listen,
you
I turned
an
wrenches for 4
incredible
years.
amount
Oh,
of
we
labor.
used to
The
love
book
that. Like,
says
see,
X.
see
You
a
get
Lexus
it done
RX
in half the
350
time,
rolling in for a
and
rack.
you
Like,
pocket the rest.
that's 24 hours. We can do it in about 6.
Right, so you charge for 24.
Yeah.
The mechanics
After
hate me
they-
because when I come up, I'm like, so what's the book say?
We always charge us book time.
Right, but then I go, how much time did you actually spend on it?
Doesn't matter.
Right.
Here's what you say. How much is warranty time?
What does that mean?
So, if you take your car to the Ford dealer,
Mind if I-
and
Milford?
let's say you need a new intake manifold, and book time is 3.6 hours. Well, warranty time is probably about 2 hours.
Yeah.
Because that's all Ford will let them bill when they bill it back to Ford Motor Company.
Let's be honest, Chevy.
Any dealer, it doesn't matter what dealer you go to. The manufacturer,
I bleed blue. I'm a Ford guy.
the manufacturer will only let them bill a certain amount of time. It's
Yeah.
significantly less for warranty.
So the dealership has
Like
to
Ford
eat
Shelby.
labor.
No,
Shelby
no,
is
that's
probably
what
one of
tech
the
is for.
greatest
They're
car
just having it
engineers
both
ever.
ways there.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
Yep.
if I'm a dealer
Yeah,
and
he
I bill
was.
$135 an hour labor,
So for our
and you're the tech, you
20th
get $35 an hour
anniversary,
labor.
which is
Right.
a year and a
So
half
if you
now,
bill
I'm
out
getting my
10
wife a
hours,
Shelby
you get
Mustang.
$350.
Right.
You go out
What
6
am I at
hours, 6 hours is $35.
Right.
So I don't give
Hold
a
on.
fuck.
25 years.
20. Wow.
I think that's where we're at. We're close. Yeah, 25 years.
25 years of what?
Next year will be our 25th anniversary.
Same.
Who, Alice?
Yeah.
Oh, me. Yeah, me too.
May 4th, 1996.
I'll be 20.
Alice is the longest I've stuck at anything.
All right, Dave. Let's get this. What do you got for us?
Oh,
Oh, you're talking the other beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You need to
So
wash
that's
my
the
glass
Alaska
out for
smoked
this. You
porter.
probably want to rinse your glass out for this because
See, I'll get you the distribution list.
we were going right, now
so
we're
you
going
can look
left.
at them because we actually sell beer from there too, wholesale.
oh shit. Let me see.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So we got Joanne,
No, Johann.
Johann,
Johann.
Johann and the Giant Peach.
double Indian Pale Ale brewed with peaches and vanilla.
I think I'm gonna.
Double.
Holy shit!
This sounds like it's gonna, yeah.
The nine.
Like
9.4% alcohol by volume.
It's a Dippa.
double IPA.
Dipper.
Dipper.
I got another one in there too, just in case.
Is that? So these are DPs?
This is so we
DP,
can deal with our.
yeah.
This is so we can deal with our kids going
that
off
good?
to college.
And this is Aslan.
Oh,
Is
that's
this the
local.
company that delivers your beer?
It is one of them, yes.
So we actually have them on distribution.
Yeah. Mr. Dave has them on delivery.
But he pays twice as much as I do.
So are you aware of the name that 1836 has?
Number Wang.
Number Wang.
Number Wang.
18, yeah.
Because when you
Are
first
you aware that
opened,
it's called Number Wang?
Alice couldn't remember what the numbers were.
Well, yeah,
So
but
there's a British sitcom,
yeah.
and it's all about numbers, and it's called Number Wang. So now,
But no,
now
it's a
called-
spoof.
it's a
spoof.
It's a
video.
spoof. It's a spoof
You
video.
have to YouTube Number Wang.
So
Alright,
now
I'll do that.
you have
That's
to- you
Number
have to-
Wang.
So now it is Number Wang.
What's funny you say that because the big thing that's going
I'm
on
pretty
now,
drunk.
conversation is people.
I'm getting
between
there.
all the day drinking and then this stuff on top of it.
I'm actually doing pretty good. I'm hanging
Oh
in there.
yeah, and you probably don't have much tolerance.
Yeah.
Well, it was only like 4 months ago that we drank an entire bottle of bourbon.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Chauncey.
Hold on. Steven, I need you to cleanse my palate.
Are you gonna put your penis in his mouth?
Yes.
No. That's private. Thank you, sir.
What happens in the Navy stays in the Navy.
Smell the vanilla.
No, that's
Ooh, that smells scrumptious.
All right, so looks like it's a hazy IPA.
I think it's clear.
Wow. What?
Farther.
You definitely get the peach and the hops in the aroma.
One of the
And
things
the
when
vanilla.
I'm a very sarcastic asshole sometimes.
you're in good company.
It gets in her head, but it's persistent.
Yep. I think Chauncey actually likes me, but yeah, we'll figure that out
that's-
over due time.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah,
So
it is.
you know I
It's
don't
so
like
hard to tell.
IPAs. That's a fucking good beer. Holy shit.
Yeah, and so this is a New England IPA, so it's focusing more on the flavors.
New England definitely makes
And the
better
aromas?
IPAs than the P&W.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
I just-
creamy and peachy.
they're different things.
Oh,
They're just different things.
Well, one tastes like beer, one tastes
This
like
is going to
ass.
cause me to do bad things.
Yeah, this is fucking phenomenal.
that is really good.
The aroma on this is delightful.
You know what?
Gotta
Fuck
get
your
it
smoked porters.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
it's
Fuck you, Chauncey.
No, your
It's
smoked
that
porters were good.
vanilla.
The 2017.
I think I'm going to start drinking again.
yeah.
This is fucking good.
It tastes like dessert.
Yeah. How many of these you got at home?
I could sit on it.
I got one more in the cooler here.
Is there lactose in it?
Are you lactose intolerant?
No.
You're not gonna be like a little bitch. And like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna squat right here and just.
I'm just gonna drop a deuce, guys.
I have nipples. Can you milk me?
The porters definitely kick again.
I
Yeah.
think this is a really. I love the aroma.
That was
of
a
this beer. It
This
is
is a
great.
fantastic shift.
Like, I want to just
end-
down this, but it's so good.
Yeah, you know-
Those are beer tasting.
You know,
That
after
was good.
drinking all of those heavy like beers, this is the perfect dessert.
Like
beer.
a dessert?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I got one more.
Well, we're gonna drink it.
Oh, we'll
Okay,
drink
just
it.
making sure you guys know.
Because the ribs are done. I mean, we're at 6 hours and 39 minutes. They are done.
Yeah,
They're
that-
done.
They're ready.
I think we have finished.
Oh, dude, this is...
All right, so that's episode 2. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, we're not going to review the last beer.
Are you
We have
sure?
another beer.
It's the same one.
Oh, it's the same one.
Let's review it again.
Yeah,
Let's review it again. Pretend it's like it's brand new.
I think the last beer is a private thing, but I
Yeah,
think
we're going to have to turn off the camera now.
Well, I'm
This isn't a.
we need a reveal shot to see how these ribs turned out. I mean,
well, that comes on like bonus footage.
Boner footage.
Boner footage.
So this was my first time, like, seriously smoking ribs.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I've never. So John Eric and I smoked together today. Never smoked ribs. Always butts and brisket for me. What about you?
Nope, I've never smoked ribs before.
But you smoke a lot of butt.
Lots of butt. Yeah, that really.
Don't judge us.
You said it, not me.
I smoke a lot of butt.
Pork butt.
Pork butt.
Even
There
better.
goes his clearance.
I've got a porky butt.
And I normally I smoke
Can
in
you
a
smoke
vertical.
meat, Greg?
Normally I smoke in a vertical smoker,
So this was a new technique, and we used the 3-2-1.
which apparently the interweb says is extremely controversial.
What is
Controversial.
3, 2, 1?
Yeah, you're gonna have to redo the 3-2-1 explanation.
So the 3-2-1 is you do 3 hours exposed meat.
Yeah. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing when I'm an empty nester. 3 hours of exposed meat.
That's why we were not here.
With nothing but a dry rub.
You don't
all.
even get to spit on it.
Wait,
No AstroGlide.
you guys do wet rubs?
And then it's 2 hours wet.
All through middle school.
So no, it's 2 hours. So
2 hours of a wet rub?
well, no,
2
2
hours?
hours we wrap it in foil with apple cider vinegar, butter,
Which breaks down
and
the
brown
fat.
sugar.
Brown sugar, which breaks down all the shit you don't want to eat.
And it's still at the same temp?
I don't think that's true. I want to eat
No,
all
we
of it.
run that at about 210,
Yeah,
so that it's just below a boil.
just below boil. So 180 is the first 3 hours. Below boiling, so you want to hit about 210 the
That's
next
what
2
you-
hours.
Okay.
And then the last hour is to finish it. So you put a sauce on it, and then 1 hour of smoke
To dry it out a little bit.
to dry it out a little bit, because it's been sitting in vinegar for 2 hours.
I like it.
And then it sort of, you reduce the sauce you put on the top, and then that's your one.
The traditionalists don't like it so much because the meat tends to fall off the bone much easier, and they like a little bit of a tug.
They want it. Who does
Who
not
does
want
not
a little
like
bit
a
of
little
a
bit of a
tug?
tug? All right, so let's see this meat.
I promised I wasn't gonna do that on camera.
All right, big reveal on the meat here.
So it looks perfect.
That's the finished product
Like
right there.
it does not look like it's falling apart.
I give everybody a rib.
Give everybody a rib. Okay.
Everybody but me a rib. Let's see.
Oh my God, that looks amazing.
Don't just give him a bone. Hey, here's your bone, motherfucker.
Here's your meat.
Well, there you see how easy it comes off. And that's what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to be able to just pull the bone out.
God.
So it looks pretty good.
I'd say Flint wants to go next. Don't jump in the fire.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
That's Steven pissing on a tree. Look at him. He's getting into it.
Penetration on that.
At least he hasn't put his pants around his ankles like he did last time.
Oh my
Oh, shit. Oh, Flint, get it right there. Flint,
Okay.
Flint. Oh, look at him. He's like, oh, fuck, I found it. Flint says it's good.
Oh my God.
And now Bentley wants some. Now Bentley's pissed off at you.
Oh.
Wow.
So I think the 3-2-1 technique was pretty good.
Yep.
All right, let's see Steven. Steven hadn't had any.
Steven! Steven is my name. Come and put my meat in your mouth.
That's a lot of meat.
That's a lot of
That's
meat.
what she said.
What do you think of that meat?
Wow.
That's good.
And on that note, we're out. We'll see you guys next week.